Imprisoned for 20 years, Joe woke up to see the very person who had drugged him. He clearly remembered the yellow umbrella and chased after her without hesitation. As soon as he stopped the woman, a young man trying to play hero punched him. Joe's 20 years of suppressed rage exploded. He threw fierce punches non-stop. After more than a decade of training, he had mastered fighting skills from TV. In just 1 minute, he beat the strong young men to a pulp. He quickly chased in the woman's direction and finally spotted the yellow umbrella in the crowd. But when he grabbed the person, it was not the woman he was after. He shouted angrily and a girl rushed over, thinking he needed medical help. To avoid being taken away by police, Joe slipped away quietly. Before he left, the girl stopped him. Finding his behavior strange, she gave him her business card and offered help. Joe met his childhood friend, who barely recognized him. He told his friend about his 20 years of suffering and asked for help finding the man behind it all. Mid-conversation, his phone rang. It was Jack, the mastermind, the boy who survived the family massacre at the beginning. But Joe had no idea his nightmare was only just beginning. Jack said he had Joe's daughter. If Joe could recall his bitter past and the real reason he was locked up, he would see his daughter and find happiness. Joe was confused, but he started listing everyone he had ever wronged. He searched all night but found nothing. The next morning, his friend found Joe unconscious. Seeing the business card in his hand, he called the girl. The kind girl arrived, treated him, and grew curious. While her friend was out, she read Joe's letters and learned he had been imprisoned for 20 years. She was deeply moved by his love for his daughter. When Joe woke up and saw her reading his letters, he snatched them away, agitated. The girl quickly said she hadn't called the police, believed he could be a good father, and offered to help find his daughter. Joe was lost in the outside world, so he accepted her help. They went to Chinese restaurants. Joe could never forget the taste of the dumplings he was forced to eat every day in prison. He tasted dumplings one shop after another. After days of searching, he finally found the exact same flavor. A tough man came to pick up an order, and Joe followed him to a warehouse. He took a hammer, snuck in, and knocked the man out as soon as he opened the door. A man named Fury heard the noise and was punched down the second he opened the door. When Fury woke up, he was tied to a table. At first, he refused to talk, but after Joe cut his neck and threatened him, Fury confessed. He was only the warden of the illegal prison and had held Joe for 20 years by order. He didn't know who the real mastermind was. Outside, his men noticed something was wrong and sounded the alarm. Joe held Fury hostage, pushed him away and ran for the back door. But he was surrounded by thugs. After years of harsh training, Joe fought like a man possessed. Even outnumbered, he beat them back one by one. Exhausted, he dropped his guard and was stabbed in the back. He stumbled outside and two strangers appeared.
You must take care of yourself. The fun is only just beginning.
Bleeding, Joe made it to his friend's place. His friend called the girl again. After she treated his wounds, Joe knew he was in danger. He spoke cruelly to drive her away to keep her safe. He went to the bar to clear his head. Then the mysterious man called again. To Joe's shock, the man was right behind him.
Hello. I thought it was time we met.
Joe was subdued by a female bodyguard, and several guns were pointed at his head. Jack didn't want to kill him. He wanted to trap him slowly. He proposed a game. The prizes for winning were a tape of Joe's ex-wife's murder, Jack's confession, and $20 million worth of diamonds. Jack would also take his own life. The rule: answer 2 questions within 46 hours.
1. Who am I? And 2. Why did I imprison you for 20 years?
If he refused or failed, his daughter would be gone forever. Jack showed him a live feed of the girl being assaulted. Joe rushed to her apartment but was immediately captured. It was Fury seeking revenge. Fury tied Joe up just as Joe had done to him and prepared to torture him with a razor. Then a call came from Jack ordering Fury to let Joe go. Fury ignored him until a bag full of cash was brought in.
Well, maybe I can. I thank you for your generosity, sir, and thank you for appreciating my sacrifice.
After the men left, Joe freed the girl and comforted her. His phone rang again. Using a music identifying app, they realized the ringtone was their old high school anthem. They went to the principal's house. The girl distracted him while Joe snuck inside and found the yearbook. He finally learned the mastermind was his high school classmate Jack. They planned to sneak into the closed school after dark. Alone in a hotel room and after 20 years without intimacy, Joe lost control when she helped him change his bandage in a towel. They gave in to passion. Little did they know, Jack was watching everything, grinning as his plan fell into place. When night fell, they broke into the school archive. Using Jack's records, they quickly found his older sister. Looking at her photo, Joe finally remembered everything. Years ago, he'd accidentally seen her having an affair with a man. He'd run his mouth and spread the rumor all over the school, which eventually led to tragedy. Knowing the truth, Joe left the girl in safety and drove to Jack's place alone. Facing the bodyguard, Joe intentionally let his guard down, then took her down with a quick counterattack. He gave the answers to the two questions. Jack furiously yelled at Joe for destroying his family, but still handed over the diamonds as promised. Joe explained that he hadn't known they were father and daughter back then, but it changed nothing. Jack had idolized his father, and Joe's gossip had torn them apart forever. His only reason for living was to make Joe pay in blood and suffer worse than death. With that, he took Joe to the basement and revealed that all the news Joe had seen in prison was fake. The daughter he'd longed for was just an actress hired by Jack. He wanted Joe to know what real despair felt like. Then footage of his real daughter growing up played, and Joe finally learned the truth. The kind, helpful girl who had helped him was his actual daughter. She had been adopted at age 3, given a new identity, and raised to be gentle and caring. For 20 years, Jack had planned every detail to make father and daughter meet and fall in love, so Joe would commit the unthinkable sin with his own child. Joe's heart felt like it was being torn apart. Meanwhile, Jack looked finally free. Joe fell to his knees, begging Jack to kill him.
Kill me! Yes. Kill me, please.
This is why I let you go, so that I could experience this moment with you, so that you could truly understand what I had and what you took from me.
Having finished his revenge, Jack pulled out a gun and took his own life. In the end, Joe sent most of the diamonds to his daughter, telling her to forget him and live a good life. He then took the rest to Fury and asked to be locked up for the rest of his life. He chose this as his punishment. His daughter was the person he loved most, yet he could never face her. Only this way could Joe slowly live with his unforgivable sin.